Hello and happy Thursday. My name is Brianne and I'm going to take you through a 20-minute functional flexibility stretch today. Now, usually on Thursdays we do 10 minutes. Today I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and push it and do 20 because one, we've been doing the 10 minutes and sometimes it feels like you just get into it, let's do a little bit more. And two, it was a request from you guys. So that's a reminder. Always let me know in the comments, A, how you like the workout that you just did, and B, what you'd like to see more of, because this is a direct reflection of the request to do a little bit longer. And today we're going to focus on rotational stretches. So this is for any type of rotational sport, and frankly, we use rotation every day in our everyday lives. So whether you are a tennis player, a golf player, baseball, anything that requires a lot of rotation, this stretch is definitely for you. And then just anybody that wants to move better and feel better. Hi, Sebastian. I have missed you live. It's good to see you. And I'm glad. Yeah, my body needs it too. I think we can all use a little bit more stretch in our life. Okay. We're going to warm up just a little bit head to toe with some warm-up stretches. Then we'll get into some more dynamic flexibility. So first, I just want you to wake up the neck first. Now we're going to pay attention to, as you can imagine, the muscle groups and the joints that are involved in rotation. So the neck and shoulders for sure. Then we'll get into the torso, hips, yes, side to side, good. And now gently, I just want you to look side to side. Now I have to preface every time we start working with our neck that you always want to be extremely gentle when you are doing anything stretch-wise, period, but definitely with your neck. All right, back to side, ear to shoulder, abs engaged. From here, we're going to go into some chest openers. Good, so I want you to go in and out. So you're going to come sweeping in, reach, and open the chest. Good, so we're going to wake up as I come through, round the spine, upper body, reach, keep the abs tight, and open up. So we're kind of sweeping and reaching. Good. Now the key to doing this correctly is you have got to keep your abs tight. I will say one thing. Years and years of me thinking about keeping my abs tight, it really takes complete thought every time you work out. There's not going to be a day where you can just mindlessly move around. You will start to naturally squeeze your core, yes, but when we're doing some dedicated movements, think about your abs. Good, just give me one more. Perfect. Okay, from here we're going to step and we're going to windmill and twist side to side. Now reach long through your fingertips. This is going to heat up the body a little bit. Also, if you have tightness right off the bat, you're going to feel this where you have the most tightness. So if your upper back is tight, just kind of let your arms free flow. This is such a freeing stretch. I love the windmill stretch. Okay, start to squeeze your glute behind you as you pivot onto that toe. So take a look at my feet. I'm letting my hips drive side to side, squeezing my glute. Good, actively giving it that extra squeeze. All right, last two. Last one. Okay, here's a new way that we're going to wake up our hips. So first, I want you to plant your feet, toes forward. Now think about your hip flexors, and I want them to stay square to me. You can adjust how wide your legs are, and I want you to push your hips side to side. Here's the trick. If you have tightness, sometimes your body's going to want to go back at an angle. Don't twist, don't push back. Hips stay forward, and I just want you to reach. You can touch your hips if you want to kind of keep them forward. And I just want you to push your hips side to side. So think about the outer edge of your hip, like bump that wall, bump that wall. Now what you should be feeling is you're waking up, through the hip flexors, the adductors. Yes. Hello, hello. Good to see you live. Okay, from here, now I want you to rotate side to side. Really focus, so kind of taking that windmill approach that we just did, but now we're actively rotating. Do you feel that? Getting into those hip flexors, guiding it slowly. This is still just the warm-up. I'm so excited to have more time with you today. Two more, you should feel that rotation. Prepping right now is going to help us so much when we get into the actual working sets. Stretching sets. Okay, so take one leg. I want one hip to have the weight. Slightly bend your knee, other leg out, and I want you to rotate. So we're going to warm up. one hip at a time. So internal rotation, external rotation. Do you feel that? All of these today, you're going to be like, wow, those are kind of funky, but after you're going to feel amazing. Good. Okay, switch, other leg, in and out. We're just rotating the hip. So in order to really target a joint, you have to make sure everything else is stabilizing. Guess what? If your rotation, external rotation is limited, which typically it is, it's okay if you don't go that far. Don't force it by rotating the body, you know what I mean? So always stay in really nice anatomical position, and then just add that rotation. Good. Okay, open up your hips. Knee sweeps. From here, let's get into the good stuff. You should be feeling really good. It's always nice to take a little bit of time in the beginning. The preparation you put into your warm-ups and prepping the body for any activity you do, it's always good time spent because you're going to get more benefit out of the work. So don't ever cut your warm-up short. Okay, what's up next? We're going to start in the adductors. So I want to go into lateral stretches side to side. Now, this workout, I'm going to call it a workout because you're still moving. This workout is called functional flex for a reason. We're going to be moving through a lot of our stretches. So it keeps it really functional. So this, although yes, you would think, oh, are we working out? We're lunging. Yes and no, we are stretching. So we're actively stretching side to side, stretching out those adductors. And the movement keeps it functional. Good. Last one, and then we are going to hold it. So pick a side, whichever one you're on. We're going to end up switching. So hold that side. I want you to bring your weight forward. Good. Pick that toe up. We're just going to add a little bit more rotation for that other side. Nice work. And switch. Lateral. Rotate. Beautiful job. Good. Hello to everybody dropping comments. Good to see you. Replayers, I see you too. Okay, come to center, round it up. I'm going to be going kind of top to bottom. We're going to let the lower body rest a little bit and just support. So here, I want to go next into some shoulder openers. So what you're going to do is start with your palms facing down, and I want you to think about lifting, opening, bracing the abs. So we're going to go forward, open. So you're rolling the shoulders back, but not just here. We're taking an active rotation. Scoop back. As you get into it a little bit more, start to now squeeze backwards. Again, I'm going to show you different angles so you can see. So I come forward, my abs stay tight, squeeze back. It's like an ice cream scooper, right? Scoop. That will help you kind of think about it. You're carving out. Squeeze back. Dig in. Good. You're going to feel like you get a little bit of strength work too. Dig in, squeeze back. We got a cameo. It's been a minute. What's up, Cleo? You want to stretch today? Last one. All right. Perfect. From here, give me that diagonal neck stretch. Push down. Good. It's funny. She really, through all the years I've been teaching switch, she knows when it's the cool down. So I guess it makes sense. For a stretch, she's like, this is a long cool down. Good. Side to side. Hi, Erin. Erin, you're going to love it. Save it and do it later for sure. Switch. Good. Okay, grab those elbows. Now I want you to rotate and really start to loosen up the spine. This is one I've done with you. I want you to go ahead and hit it again right now. Good. She's probably wondering why I'm not petting her. Good girl. Okay, side to side. Do you guys have fur babies? They're kids, right? They're our kids. Okay, get ready, team, because we're going to go into the hip flexors next. And I have a couple very, very unique movements. Your spine should be feeling awesome. Okay, take one leg back. This one, we're just going to hit some side sweeps. Now we're really focused on pinning that hip flexor down. I'm going to go to the side. Hold, sweep. So I don't let my abs or my ribs flare because I'm pinning down that hip flexor. So this is how I want to really get into the hip flexors. The next move, it's going to be a little unconventional. Sebastian, yes, right? How cute is it? Sebastian says his doggy likes to come stretch. I love it. It honestly, it's the best thing. Animals are just everything. Hi, Catan. Catan, let me know how I say your name. I need pronunciations for everybody. As somebody that grew up, and everyone messed up my name growing up, I appreciate the proper way to say names, so I'm always wanting to say all your names correctly. Okay, 2 more. We're going to get into the interesting new one here coming up next. Okay, we're going to stay on one side. I want you to come down into a kneeling position. So this is a 90-90, right? Hips forward. Now, when we are lunging, you know we're never supposed to lift our heel. However, we're functionally stretching right now. If you want to do this on, barefoot, have a little bit more grounding, that's totally fine. You guys watch. You're going to come up into a low lunge. Now, focusing on stretching the hip flexor, you're going to lean forward. You can do it with your knee down too. Then you're going to come back, and we're going to rotate backwards. So I'm going to watch the clock. We're going to go 30 seconds each leg. Again, be really, really careful, really gentle. But this is going to help that stretch a little bit more. You're going to lean forward. I'm just showing you again. Rotate back. Good. Come with me. Push forward. Good. You really feel that deep hip flexor. Now you know why we warmed up so well. Rotate back. Good. You also you're strengthening a little bit too. You want to know why? When you're stretching, the opposing muscle group needs to be contracting. So essentially, when you stretch, you are working out. Because the other side, last one, switch. I'll give you a couple seconds to get set up. Because the other side needs to be working to stretch the joint, stretch the muscle that we are stretching. All right, 5 seconds, just another preview again. You're gonna come forward and then rotate. Yes, come with me. I like being on my back toe. Come forward. Ooh, that feels good. Rotate. You can take it real slow. I want you guys to really practice this one. So this is the first time you're doing it. Just do a couple, call it a day, come back, and try a few more. It's just a very, very focused stretch. Give me your last one here. Good. All right, safely come up. Now I know your legs got a little bit of work there. Let's hit some quad pulls. Good. We're gonna go into adductors next. Then I'm gonna come down to the ground on all 4. We're gonna hit some more rotational movements. Hello, you're from India. That's great, I love it. I absolutely love how many different people from all around the world that we get to work out together. Honestly, it's the coolest thing ever. So welcome, makes me so happy. Okay, take your legs a little wider, heels up again. Good, Bella. Come down. Or is it Bella and me? Speaking of animals, I love it. Okay, so this is a wide squat. Hitting those adductors. Now come up. Good. Do it again. It's like a deep plie. You don't have to be a dancer to do this. Push out. Come up. The reason we're focusing so much on hip flexors and adductors is because they need to be open in order to rotate. If they're not, they're going to limit the rotation side to side. Good. Last one. Perfect. Okay, slowly come up. Shake it out. Meet me down on all 4. Now, if you want a mat, go for it. You know me, my knees are used to it. So if you want to use a pillow, blanket, mat, anything for under your knees, please do that. You have a couple seconds while you're watching me set this move up. Okay, so first side, we're going to reach all the way through. Good. Let your weight fall forward. Keep your abs tight, hips up. Then you're going to come through, weight right over the wrists, hand behind your head. You're going to rotate. Now listen, keep your abs tight. If this is your rotation today, that's your rotation today. What I don't want is you tweaking your hips, reaching just to get into the form that you think you need. It doesn't matter. You're just stretching your body. So just go however you need to go to feel good. Yes. Okay, ready? We're going to reach through first side. I like to think of this as thread the needle. So reach through. Now come up, rotate. Brace your abs. Good. Your rotation can be tiny. That's what we're working on. Reach through. Good. Come up. If it feels better to raise your arm, that's okay. However you want to feel that rotation. I'm holding you 45 seconds each side. Good. You have time for one more, and then we're going to switch. So the other arm. You guys know from our workouts, quick switch, other arm through. Just means no break in between. If there's not a lot of setup, no need to waste time. Good. Okay, you guys go at your own pace, so you don't have to follow my pace. Everything is unique to you. Make sure the wrist is right under that shoulder. Good. I can't wait for you to tell me how you feel after this. And bookmark it, save it. You know, you can save it to your favorites playlist. Because the more you guys do this, I'm telling you, your body will start to respond, not just right after the stretch, but in your workouts. Perfect. All right, sink into a child's pose for me and just kind of relax. After those really big base movements and rotations, just let your body kind of breathe. Good, and then slide your knees out a little bit wider than hip distance apart, so we're getting those hip flexors. Keep your head down to the floor, tuck your chin underneath. Very, very nice job. All right, flip around, seated position. I always like to kind of come from standing and down to the floor. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and continue with some rotation. I want you to sit in a 90-90 position, sitting up nice and tall. Now here's the kicker. Sitting on both sides. So you can't be sitting on one side of your body. I want you to find, and if your flexibility is limited where it's like you're right here, okay, it's okay if this isn't 90-90 right now. It will be eventually. All right, so sitting up nice and tall. Once you're in that position where you're able to sit on both sides of your body, I want you to reach forward. Good, then come up. And you're gonna side bend. Yes. Reach forward. And side bend. Big reach, do you feel that length? Good, abs tight. Very nice. Hi, Tina. Oh, good. Sebastian says he's going to save this on the top of his stretch list. With the consistency that you have, Sebastian, the stretching is so important. It's just going to help all of your results. Okay, switch those legs. So we just simply go to the other side. Sitting up nice and tall. Find it. I'll give you a couple seconds to find it because it's important that you're sitting on both sides of your booty. Reach. And side sweep. Good. And as I mentioned, even if you're not trying to target rotational sports, this is such a feel-good stretch. Hi back, Tina. And you know what is great about it? Stretching is super individual, wherever you're at. So I love it because I'm all about just meet your body where you're at right now. And just every day is an opportunity to get a little bit better. Take the pressure off, you guys. There's no need to be perfect. There's no need to, I have to crush it every day. No, you don't. The consistency will produce the results. Just move every day. And guess what? This is a great act of recovery. I'm so glad you love it, Tina. Good. Last one. Come up. Very nice. All right, on your back. I always like to finish with some low back movements because, let's face it, our low backs get a lot of pressure, and it's great to take some of that pressure off. Your abs, by the way, activating your abs is going to be the best way for you to give love to your low back too. Okay, so knees into your chest. Now be really gentle. Let your knees fall to one side, look to the other. Be really gentle, both legs. Good, so this is definitely wringing out that spine. Now I want you to engage your core. Help bring your knees up. You can bring them in tighter to your chest. That's a core movement for sure. All right, other side, abs tight. Last few seconds, both legs. Look the opposite way. Keep your upper back on the ground. Nice job. If you want to kind of guide with that top hand and pull a little bit more. Oh, it feels so good. 20 minutes is already over. Man, I could stay here and do these with you guys for another 20. Abs tight, bring your knees into your chest. Good. Okay, rock up. Amazing work. You guys can stay seated. I'm just going to come up and send us off. Yes, Sebastian's been working a ton of hours. This is so great for you. And Sebastian, hit that neck stretch. Every 90 minutes, get up, stretch it out. You guys, if this is what you like, let me know in the comments because, again, I'm going to program workouts and stretches that are going to help you and your life. With that, I will see you next week, Tuesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I love seeing you guys live and anyone doing it on replay. I also love to see you and hear from you. So drop a comment below. And with that, I will see you next week. Make it a fantastic day. And you're so welcome, Tina. Bye, guys.